Okay, hi everybody. We are back after a couple weeks hiatus. Anyway, I was busy. He was busy.
Oh, I just remembered something.
Well, it's
Real
hey.
quick.
Okay, well it's hey Chicago sports.
Hey,
We're
hey,
back.
Chicago sports.
But what do you?
Okay. Sort of an anniversary date. I just remembered.
Was it?
Technically, today's 8/8.
Oh, I forgot. We may have to do another video after this one.
Well, we can. We'll just let you know the official, original day of night baseball at Wrigley Field was on 8/8. But then it got rained out.
But we're not. Today's 8/5.
Oh, I screwed up. Okay.
Today's 8/5.
I got excited. I thought today was 8/8.
Well, we can. We can do that. We can say that for another video.
But
So
where do you want to lead? Cubbies won.
well, Cubs win 7-6.
Beat the Dodgers 3 in a row.
The Dodgers lost 6 games in a row now. I saw that on Sports Center upstairs. But anyway, so Cubs made a series of trades, and we'll get into that in a second. But just real quick, just really quick, because it's kind of borderline irrelevant. But before we get into the data, you got to give Pete Crow Armstrong some PR training. You got to give him some media relations training. I don't understand how you can allow. Number one, how do you say the words Babe Ruth was never real? Even if you're joking around or not, how do you say that? It's the dumbest, most brain dead thing I've ever heard. You have some choice words about it as well. Well, I'll kind of just segue to you, but
Well, for what we're saying is, if for those that don't really follow as much sports as we do, Pete Crow Armstrong was on somebody's podcast, and he made
you got to stop with these athletes. Stop giving them podcasts.
and he made the ridiculous, I guess, analogy about maybe the greatest baseball player that ever lived, Babe Ruth, on how he said Babe Ruth was.
He said Babe Ruth wasn't real. He said they were throwing underhand to Babe Ruth. Well, okay. Well, if that's the case, then why was he the only one who had the numbers that he had when he played? See, this is what I love. I want this to be an entire show on a later date, but this whole talking point here. But Pete Crow Armstrong, for you to say that, because you've had problems with the Dodgers, you've had problems with the White Sox, now you're going to have problems with both New York teams for what you just said.
People are booing you every time you get up on the plate.
You don't do yourself any favors. And to be fair, you're not that good. It took you 4 years to learn how to hit. And better yet,
and I'm going to jump into that real quick, but and we're not making this up. You can
No.
go Google Pete Crow Armstrong podcast with some guy in Seattle, and you can watch the whole thing. And it made this morning. I saw it for the first time. It was on First Take with Mad Dog Russo. Always says what I'm mad about, and he showed it, and I didn't even know it took place because I don't scroll stuff on the internet. But
I saw it today by complete accident.
and it said Pete Crow Armstrong's over there, basically saying that Babe Ruth's home runs were that people were serving them up, and he was pounding them out of the ballpark all over the place. But you know what? The year he hit 57 home runs. If baseball was so easy back then, the runner-up in home runs that year had 11. Babe Ruth outperformed the next guy in home runs by 46 home runs.
Here's the other thing of it is, Pete Crow Armstrong, you're going to be on a wild card team. What seeding are they in right now?
Right now, they're the number one seed for wild card.
So they're a fifth place team. They're not even a division champion.
They're a fourth place team.
Better yet, okay. So they're a fourth place team, not even a division champion. When Babe Ruth played, he had to be number one in the American League.
And people will say, and I'm sure people who watch us might say that we're fools, and I'll use the word ass, we're maybe asses or whatever, but we got factual data. Before we come on here, we look some things up. But to just come out and basically say that Babe Ruth is irrelevant and doesn't matter.
That's an asinine comment to be made.
How the hell can you say that? Well, here's fact about Pete Crow Armstrong. Okay?
And this is something you really want to get into.
And I want to get into this, but we're not going to spend a whole time because we're going to do a lot of Bears talking, okay? Pete Crow Armstrong had a great month of June. See, we're Cub fans, but we'll tell you when people suck. He had a great month of June. From June 2nd to July 9th, he batted .387. 12 homers, 25 RBIs. He did have 20 strikeouts. I'm sorry, 37 strikeouts and 20 walks. Okay? And everybody has said, and if you watch the Dodgers game, it's like, is he right there ahead of Ohtani for MVP and runner-up?
He's in the talk.
Okay, he's in the talk.
He's in the talk.
But since then, starting July 10th in the Reds series, and I've been charting this every day. I got data. Every day I write Pete Crow Armstrong stuff down there. I haven't done it today. He had a good day today. He was 3 for 5. But as of yesterday, Pete Crow Armstrong was 21 for 83. I'm sorry. As of yesterday, he was 18 for 78. 18 for 78. You know what that batting average is?
No, I don't. You tell me.
216. With 3 home runs and 36 RBIs, or 36 strikeouts. And I was watching a Cub game last night, and this is what I found funny. You know how I've been bitching and moaning how Marquis does?
Yeah, and I didn't believe it. Real quick, I didn't believe what he told me until I saw it. But yeah, I didn't see it, but...
Pete Crow Armstrong last night struck out twice. Ian Happ struck out twice.
Yep.
Kyle Suzuki struck out twice. You know, after their third at bat, when they run the graphic, you know what they put on? You know what they put on? Everybody's negative stuff except for who?
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Last night, Pete Crow Armstrong went. I got it here. He went 1 for 4 all night long. It said Pete Crow Armstrong, base hit and stolen base. They didn't put down he got the 2 strikeouts.
You know what? And this is because I've defended, like when he first got here, because he was traded for Javier Baez, and I was never the largest fan of Javier Baez, but yet Baez overall was a pretty damn good player. You weren't overly impressed with Baez either, but Baez had video game statistic numbers, and he had great highlight plays and what have you, and he was a good defensive shortstop. But yet, Armstrong, I think, and you said it to me once before, and I tend to agree with you, you said Armstrong thinks he can do whatever the hell he wants to do because he was traded for the World Series hero Javier Baez when he was 19 years old. He can say and do whatever the hell that he wants to do. You know, his mother was a movie actress. It's like he grew up in California. You know, he's in his own 1% world. Okay, all well and well. Very impressive. But the reality of it is, you're such a performative person, Pete. Home run balls hit 50, 60 feet up your head and you're jumping.
Now he did
jumping for them.
He did hit 2 home runs today. So like I said, I haven't done his stats, so they're going to improve a little bit. But like you said, you know,
you ran into Owen Casey. You gave him a concussion because you couldn't keep off.
And now we're not going to turn this into a whole Pete Crow Armstrong thing here, but I want to leave you guys with this. There was an outfielder at one time who had these statistics. I'm going to throw his second to his last year as a Cub. 38 home runs.
Okay.
92 RBIs. 71 walks. And and they had 156 strikeouts. But right now, Pete Crow Armstrong has 135 strikeouts with still 50 games to play. You know the guy that, guess who
Kyle Schwarber.
Those were Kyle Schwarber's stats. And everybody's making a big deal about Pete Crow Armstrong walking a lot this year. He's only walked, God forsaken, he's only walked 60 times this year.
You ran Kyle Schwarber. No, see, because we had a private conversation about this the other night. But yet, I don't relate with Chicago fans all that well. I don't, because I think most of you Chicago fans, I think many of you just say things that are trendy in the moment and you don't really think about it. Because Schwarber hit 40, 50 home runs, 100 plus RBIs. He won you a World Series title. He played catcher, he played the outfield, he was a good defensive outfielder. But yet, his batting average sucks, and all he does is walk, and then you run him out. You run him out of town for nothing. And you love this performative jagwagon.
The only reason Pete Crow Armstrong is batting, he's batting currently .288, which sounds good. But for the month of June, he batted .387. So do the math. In order to be batting .288 and you batted .387, what's the remainder of your time? In our next episode, I will update that to tell you what the remainder of his season was.
Because for him to make that comment
about Babe Ruth.
Well, no, because I hate to keep bringing it up because I know you're trying to come at it with a real ESPN information here. And I thank you for that. But yet, because you are the research guy more than me. But for him to make that comment, it appears to me that he's saying he's better than Babe Ruth.
Or
that's what it comes off to me.
Or the pitching is much greater now, than it was then. But here's the deal. There's a reason that you're walking a lot, Pete.
Because the pitchers suck.
The reason you're walking a lot, because they go, he's got so much plate discipline. Watch the games. The pitches are not even remotely close to being strikes. And if you are swinging at that crap, you're not very good. Okay. And, everybody goes, well, he still got it. He still has to get...
Did the Chicago Cubs not have like 35 pitchers this season? You kept bringing it up. I'm just using that for an example.
Yeah, there's the Cubs. I think had 33 pitchers.
And that's one baseball team.
Okay, yeah,
that's one professional team.
So, and everybody's talking about let's expand. There's no pitching. Okay.
So can you imagine how bad everyone else's pitching is?
So, and in this month that Pete Crow Armstrong went nutty. They played Colorado. The Mets are on a 10-game losing streak. Somebody else was on a 10-game losing streak. This is when he went berserk. He was playing crap teams. But anyway, that's our little diatribe on Pete Crow Armstrong. We will be charting it for the remainder of the year. But as you said earlier, trade deadline.
Yeah. We spent an entire day watching that. We spent a whole day waiting for the couch to get put back together.
Yeah, our couch got delivered, and it's nice and cushy now. And
I love it, actually.
It's stability. But, everybody was going, the Cubs need to make moves, Cubs need to make moves, Cubs need to make pitching moves. Okay? Well, they did. But now they got problems.
Well, I was here in the basement, and you come down and you said, hey, they only made one move. And I was pissed. But they ended up with what, 5 people, 8 people?
Yeah, they got 5 people.
Okay, they got 5 people.
One position player and 4 pitchers.
Okay, I can't be mad at that.
But now, everybody thinks there's a 40-man roster and everything, but there is. You keep 40 man on your major league roster. But going into the playoffs, you can only, for the playoff series, you have to commit to 26 players. You don't get 40.
Wait,
you have a 40-man roster.
Is it a playoff series? You only get 26 people in a playoff round?
Yes.
Okay.
But you have 40 people to draw from.
Okay.
So you got to commit to these 40, but then from those 40 you select.
So you really only choose 26 people.
26 people. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So with the 26 people, I don't have my pen here. Okay, 26 people.
I have a pen right here.
Okay. Because I want to do some quick math. I hope
that pen works.
Okay, if you got 26 people that 26 people can now. The 40 can be in the dugout. You know, that's why it looks like there's more people. But for that series, 26 people.
So it's like you at Lincoln Way Central. You only get a uniform.
Right. And and here's the deal: if a pitcher gets hurt, you can't. If a pitcher gets hurt, you got to replace him with a pitcher.
Okay.
You can't replace him with a position player.
And put him on the mound at one point of time.
Or no, just have him in. I have him on your team. So anyway, if the Cubs can get 26 players, you have the starting 8 position players.
Okay.
You with me?
I'm with you.
Starting.
So you're the starting 8 position guys.
That's Bush, Warner,
Bregman,
Swanson,
Suzuki. Okay, I got you.
Okay, so you got those 8. So now that only leaves 18 additional players.
Okay.
Okay, you with me?
Okay.
Now, right now, the Cubs have 4 reserve players. They got Conforto, and they got that Ramirez.
But those are guys that they've had the whole year.
But I'm saying those are going to be reserves, non-pitchers. So you got Conforto, Ramirez.
Okay.
The backup catcher, Amaya. And
Ballesteros still on the team.
No, they traded Ballesteros.
They traded Ballesteros.
And Alcantara. Okay, so now those 8 position players plus the 4, you're at 12.
Did you mention Matt Shaw yet? The trade deadline came and went. Did anyone talk about Matt Shaw?
Matt Shaw's still on the team. So I'm going to say Matt Shaw will be one of those 5. So now you're down to 13. So now you got 13. You have 13 people. Okay?
Okay.
13 spots left. Okay?
How many of that are going to come for that extra 40?
Well, you can have as many as you want, but I'm saying of that, the Cubs now have they have 8 starting pitchers. Somebody's got to get demoted.
Well, I already have an idea who's going to be, and I don't like this, but Javier Saad he's been bounced around so many different times now.
Okay, I'm going to throw these names at you right now, real quick.
And I just say yes or no.
You tell me if they're one of the 5 starters.
Okay. Okay.
Is Assad one of your 5 starters?
Wait. Time out. Rewind. Is this what I would want him to start?
Would you want him to be a starter or a reliever or demoted?
Okay. Well. Okay.
Assad.
The way how he's been pitching, yes. Make him a starter.
He's a starter. Boyd.
He started all year. Mulligan on him so far.
I'll put a question mark. Okay. Now this is a guy they acquired.
Okay.
Kevin Gausman, and he's going to start this weekend against Kansas City. Did they bring him in to put him in the minors or?
I don't think there's. He's worse than Taillon.
But did the Cubs get him to be
sending Jameson Taillon away?
That was a mistake.
Not a good idea.
But are they going to take him and put him in the bullpen or in AAA?
See, Taillon wasn't bad.
Okay.
He just had injury problems.
But again, of these 8, we got to narrow it down to the 5 starters.
Okay. Well, they traded for Gausman, so he's going to
be a starter.
He's going to start.
Okay. Obviously, Imanaga.
Imanaga.
Okay.
I'm leaning yes to Boyd, but continue.
Okay. Colin Ray.
It's a fun story, but no, I don't think. No. I'm sorry.
Now, is he going to be a long reliever for you in the postseason? You're not demoting him.
No, I would put him in the bullpen.
He's a reliever. Okay. This Peterson character that they got from the Mets, that lefty.
I don't know much about him.
Okay. He got rocked in his first start, and then he had 2 decent starts.
I don't know much about him.
Then you got the guy that you had to have from Florida, Cabrera.
I would put him in bullpen.
Okay, he's a bullpenner. He's a reliever.
I would put him because he's a real pitcher. He's just had injury problems.
Okay.
I would put him in the bullpen.
Clay Holmes, that everybody is ravishing about, but he's coming off a broken fibula, and hasn't pitched.
Why trade a guy?
Why trade and have him?
That doesn't make sense to me.
They traded a guy who's not healthy.
So off of that, I would demote him because of that. Because if we're still playing this.
Okay.
Would I not game? That's what I would do.
Would he make your 26-man roster?
He can't. I don't think he can. How can he?
Aaron Savali they picked up.
And you're all over that.
I don't He was an ex-Cub and he came back. He's an A. I don't know how.
You're all over that.
I think Savali's a good. I think he would be one of those long relievers. Okay, so now would you keep all of these guys? Well, now first of all, would you keep all of these guys on your postseason roster? Because we're not now yet.
There's a part of you. I mean, don't you have to in a way?
But now we still haven't included the existing relievers.
Like the Ben Browns and all those guys. Even though I think Brown is hurt.
Okay, yeah, Ben Brown's not coming back. Okay, he'll be on the 40-man, but he'll never make a 26-man.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's just they were just so high on him when they.
Right, but the existing relievers, we're talking about Thielbar and Rollison. And Ferguson.
Well, I out of all. Well, no. Out of all of them, I would keep Thielbar.
Okay, Palencia is coming back.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Good.
They're saying Holby Milner's coming back from the appendicitis. He pitched last night in AAA.
Good.
But what I'm saying, with all of these pitchers, and you've already filled 13 spots, what 13 pitchers are you going to add? Somebody's going to get cut.
It might be Holby Milner. It could be him.
You know who I hope it is, and they pack it because
Rollinson is it?
No, and I will go help you pack. If you back up the truck in Chatham, I will help you pack.
Holy
Phil Maton.
Holy shit! You really went there. Shit! You really went there. My God, I can't edit that out. My God, I don't have editing software.
I hope they keep saying he's on the injured list in the IR. Goodbye, Phil. And they paid a lot of money for Phil.
Holy shit, you really went there.
Okay. All right. Then you got Jacob Webb.
I like Webb.
Okay,
He pitches every day.
Okay, but all
not every day,
but all these relievers plus these guys, what 13 are you going to add to the 13 to get your 26?
I don't know.
Somebody's going to get screwed.
Okay, well, I'm trying.
Because now you got too many damn pitchers.
I'm trying not to laugh, considering what you just said about Phil Maton, but.
Because let me ask you something. The Cubs made no moves with their hitting. And here's their roster. The original 4.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. The original 8 that play every day.
Yeah.
Plus Conforto.
Yeah.
Shaw. Alcantara.
Okay, well you have to leave Shaw.
But I'm saying.
Oh.
Okay. But this is their offensive team. The original 8.
I thought you were asking me what my full 26 was going to be.
No, but I'm saying if we add these pitchers, you didn't make no moves offensively.
Not really. I mean, well, could you really? I don't because Ian Happ has a no trade deal. Suzuki doesn't have a contract extension.
But
you paid big money for Bregman.
But you could have went out and got a bat instead of this Clay Holmes character had a broken leg.
That's the most puzzling one. That's the very bizarre.
And this Braxton Garrett character,
very bizarre.
They're putting him in the minors. You drafted a guy to rat hole him, but now
they may rat hole him. They may put him in AAA.
So you're expecting this great offense in September and October when it's cold.
You have the same offense, really. I mean,
It is.
Let's be real. And you said that to start the season. You said that the year before.
Okay. Can you win? I guess what I'm trying to say is, can you win with this existing offense without because last year they made a move and you ragged on it forever about
which one was it?
Who did they pick up from Minnesota? The offensive guy, the Twins.
But offensive?
He played the position he hit.
Oh, it's Willie Castro.
They made a Willie Castro.
No, because that's all that it was. They get to, and Willie Castro is just Kevin Alcantara.
Okay.
They're the same guy. Same dude. And say, oh my God, it's Willie Castro. Yay, he's here. You didn't need him.
You didn't. But the Cubs.
You needed more than that.
Okay, but now the Cubs got so many damn pitchers that they went nutty this year. They went into extremes.
Well, you want to know why? And we mention it a lot here on this network of ours. The pitching staff, the entire draft that they had, when they had, what was it, the 15 pitchers?
I think they drafted 14 or 15
we were
pitchers in one draft.
at Kevin's birthday.
Yeah.
For him. and they draft all the pitchers on that day, and only one of them has made it,
Yeah.
and he's hurt. So, and
But then you keep beating the drum on Ben Brown. But if Ben Brown comes back,
because Ben Brown looked good when he
okay,
came
but
back.
then one of these guys get whacked.
Ben
All
Brown,
the guys we mentioned, somebody's going to get demoted
Ben Brown might get whacked.
or cut. Ben, they may sit there and go, Ben, you're still hurt. We're not going to put you on the 20. We're going to put you on the 40. But
You're not playing.
But you're not going to play. You're not going to go on. You're not going to be one of the 26 to get the uniform.
That's the best option for him, in my opinion.
But the Cubs now.
Do you have more to the Chicago Cubs?
No.
Baseball?
No, I'm good with that. Cubs now, depending on what the Brewers do, Cubs can be 4.5 games out, and then they play Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow.
Do you have more to the Chicago Cubs on this?
I have no more Cub.
So we can go straight up to the Chicago Bears.
We could go to the Bears. Because how much time did we spend on that?
Well, we spent 25 minutes and 44 seconds
Okay.
on that. So,
All right, the Bears
Chicago Bears.
are in camp.
Kobe Bryant, that's his actual name.
Kobe Bryant, the guy they had to get from the Super Bowl winning Seattle Seahawks to replace Kevin Byard.
He has a
Injured himself.
I looked this
Okay.
up. He has a hyperextended knee of 3 different injuries within the hyperextended knee. So, translation, what this means is, from what I've read, and I'm not a doctor, but just from what I read on the internet today, he has a hyperextended knee of 3 different injuries, meaning he doesn't need to have surgery, but yet he will miss upwards of 10 weeks at a maximum. So
Of no participation.
of everything football related,
And so now there's going to be rehab after that.
meaning so possibly he may miss possibly an entire season, or he may not play until the 5th or 6th game of the year.
That's what I heard today.
So any way you put it, it's a god awful situation altogether. And then we talked about this as well. I kind of forgot about it. They drafted a rookie. Was it rookie safety from Oregon?
Well, I got the defensive backs. I got the names of the defensive backs.
Well, we're already on this topic, so
Yeah.
go with it.
Okay. Now, Kobe Bryant is out, and I'm going to scratch him. Okay.
Okay.
This is the remainder of the defensive back names that you may have heard of or we have heard of.
Okay.
Because I went through, before we got on here, there's a list of the 91 players in camp.
Okay.
And I went through, I'm like, I don't even know this
It's
guy.
a 53-man roster.
They'll cut down from 91 in camp to 53.
Okay, for an NFL
Okay.
team.
The remaining defensive backs that Brisker's not on here. So he's gone. Okay. You got Jalen Johnson,
And
who's-
I think he was hurt at one point in time.
and he's been pissing and moaning that he wants to be the highest paid.
You can't.
Okay.
You can't pay him.
All right.
Not that money.
Okay. Kyler Gordon and his soft tissue problems.
And I like Kyler Gordon.
Okay.
He's a good player. He's
Okay.
a fan favorite.
The psychopath,
You just call him a psychopath?
Stevenson. Tyrone Stevenson.
Tyreek.
Personal fouls. I'm waving at the crowd in Washington.
He should have been cut
Okay.
right then and there.
But your Bears are relying on him.
It's Buster Screen all over again.
Okay, Buster Screen. Then you got Thieneman, however you pronounce
Thieneman.
it. Okay.
I think it's Thieneman.
He's the rookie from Oregon.
The Tom Cruise
Yeah.
lookalike from.
And then Blackwell.
And I don't know much about Blackwell.
Okay. You lost. I don't think one of those guys is the gymnast's
It was
husband.
Owens. It was
Owens, you're right. I didn't see his name anywhere.
I don't think he's on the team anymore.
Okay. So these are the
I
five.
think he was a free agent. I think
These are the 5 defensive backs at the moment that had multiple snaps And we know how bad the defensive backs were last year.
Well, overall, they weren't they weren't bad. They were not threatening or frightening. They were very good at taking away the football. But yet Kevin Byard did most of it. Did a lot. Excuse me. He did a lot of it. Now, the reality of it is, you have a safety who's going to miss pretty much all of the year, and then forced into a rehab, obviously. And then you have a rookie safety over there. So you're demanding a lot of him.
Stevenson and Johnson are your corners.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Tyreek Stevenson, go guard Jefferson from Minnesota.
What can go wrong? Everything.
Go guard Ahmad St. Brown from Detroit.
What can go? Is his brother, is Equanimous?
Yeah, they're brothers.
No, I know that. But is Equanimous still on Chicago?
No, I didn't see his name on there.
For the receiving corps? No?
Let's see, who else? I'm trying to think of other stud wide receivers that the Bears are going to play.
Well, they play the Patriots. The Patriots were just in the Super Bowl, so.
Oh, yeah, go guard A.J. Brown. Tyreek Stevens, go guard.
Yeah.
Have fun with that. Which now leads me.
Also go guard DJ Moore, Buffalo.
Yeah.
In Buffalo.
Okay.
December.
Which I'm going to sum up at the end because I'm going to give you my prediction of the Bears thing. But
go guard Tyreek Hill against Miami. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. And is Jalen Waddle on that team?
I think he is. Yeah.
Oh. And so the pass rush, you better be mauling the opposition's, because if you give these guys we mentioned 2 or 3 seconds to try to guard somebody,
you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
You're in deep trouble.
Okay. And again, we love the Bears.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, we do.
Now
we love them, but we kind of hate them at the same time.
Yeah. The guy that we've never liked.
Who's this?
Darnell Wright.
Well, okay, let me say this, and I'm gonna say it again. If anyone out here is bold enough to make a edit video or a playlist, go back and look up all the times I said these two words, Jalen Carter. Look this up. Jalen Carter was in the draft with Darnell Wright. I wanted Jalen Carter. Bears needed to get Jalen Carter on that defensive line. Could you imagine a defensive line with Montez Sweat and Jalen Carter
Montez
and Dexter?
Yeah. Montez Sweat hasn't done a whole lot.
Yeah, I know. But that defensive line.
But they would have had.
Would be.
They would have had Carter 3 or 4 years ago.
But
or 5 years ago.
Line would be so much better.
Yes.
Than what it is now.
Yes.
And you desperately needed that. I'm not saying they didn't need an offensive lineman. They did. But yet you traded up. No. I'm sorry. I think they traded down. I think they traded down twice, and they got Darnell Wright, who overall has not been.
Was he in the Justin Fields draft?
No.
Okay.
No, he was after. He was in the Jalen Carter draft.
Okay.
I remember where I was watching the draft. I was so angry because we needed Jalen Carter, and they got Darnell Wright, who holds on a lot of different plays, and I understand playing line is tough. It's difficult. I played running back in high school. I had a great offensive line, so it was never a problem. I understand. Footwork, it's key. Hand placement, it's key. It's very tough and difficult for them to do. I understand that. But yet, if you're in the NFL, and you've played for 3 or 4 years in the NFL, well, God damn it, you got to figure it out. And he never has.
Okay. But we're jumping. He hasn't. But this is the head scratcher. This is the reason we're going with the Darnell Wright thing today. Darnell Wright, the Chicago Bears signed his option extension.
Okay.
Okay. Which means
I didn't believe this.
Okay. Okay. Now, which means we're going to sum this up real kind of quick. When you get a rookie contract, you're locked in for 4 years. Okay, that's why, like Justin Fields, the Bears were not going to give him an option for that 5th year.
Well, better yet, if you're a first-round draft pick.
You got to be a first-round draft pick.
And
You're
this
correct.
is going back from 2011.
And it all started in 2011, right? 2011 is when this all started. In 2011, the collective bargaining agreement for the NFL said, we want to make sure everything's on an even keel, that all first-round draft picks kind of are making the same amount of money. They can't jump ship and be free agents after their first year. You're locked in. That's why many of these people are holding on to people for multiple years. That's why the Bears hung on to Justin Fields for 4 years, and then they said, we're not going to give you an option for your 5th year. Okay? Caleb Williams is now in his 3rd year.
He's almost there.
Next year's going to be in his whole deal. But anyway, and I did some research on this. Since 2011, I didn't realize this, the Bears have only had 14 first-round picks. Would you like to know the names of these? These were first-round picks.
Go in order.
Okay. Starting from the beginning, I don't know, I didn't put the year, but the first one since 2011, Gabe Carimi.
He was supposed to be he was a lineman, I think he was.
Shea McClellan.
He's my favorite one of that bunch.
Kyle Long. Kyle Fuller.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Kevin White.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Leonard Floyd.
Wasted talent.
Mitch.
I liked Mitch.
Roquan Smith.
Who they threw out for nothing.
Justin Fields.
Bust.
Okay, and Darnell Wright.
So far, not all that good.
Then you got Caleb Williams and Doomsday.
Okay,
but the guys I mentioned before this new crop, Darnell Wright is the first Chicago Bear out of those first-round picks since 2011.
That's pathetic.
That was offered.
That's pathetic.
To stick around after their 5th year.
That is pathetic.
So that means the guys that I mentioned, they packed their bags and shipped them out before their option year.
That is pathetic. That's inexcusable.
Kyle Long's kid didn't last after the 5th year. Kevin White, I don't think ever played.
Oh my God, we were there at a Cub game. He got booed. Do you remember?
And here's the deal: Leonard Floyd, they discontinued, and Leonard Floyd went to the Rams and won a Super Bowl.
And he played amazing.
And he's still playing.
Still playing. That's why
for Baltimore.
Roquan Smith is with Baltimore.
Okay. Roquan Smith, Leonard Floyd. Can you imagine if you still had Roquan Smith and Leonard Floyd as your linebackers?
You know, that's why I said Leonard Floyd was a wasted talent. Because in Chicago, he was a wasted potential talent. And I didn't handle him correctly. And you love Mitch. I love Mitch.
And I love Mitch. And they said hit the road. Because you hit the road with Mitch and you brought in Fields and you hit the road there. So there was an 8-year period of time where you let 2 first-round draft pick quarterbacks
go for nothing.
For nothing. And then it's like, okay, we got Caleb Williams and maybe the tide is going to turn.
Well, they can't. Well, what if they do that again? They can't do that again.
Well, everybody thinks Caleb Williams everybody believes when Caleb Williams gets into his 4th year, after his 4th year, which will be the next one, there's already projections, and I please don't do this, that Caleb Williams is going to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL when that time comes. Well, eventually somebody's going to pass it. Because the guys currently who've done that, like the Joe Burrows, they've already got a new contract.
Well, Jimmy Garoppolo was number 1 on that list.
And Garoppolo at one time was Dak Prescott. So they're saying that Caleb Williams is going to surpass all of these people financially. In the neighborhood of $50-60 million.
Jesus.
I mean, that's crazy talk.
So we can pay $60 million, but we can't build it. We can't pay the money for build a new stadium.
Okay. But here's the deal: if the Bears don't win squat, how do you turn around and give him $60 million?
Well, you got to keep him around. Look. You can't justify. Look, you just said it. You had 2 first-round quarterbacks that you drafted high, and you threw away for nothing. You threw them out the door. If you do that again, third year in a row, there will be riots in the city of Chicago. You can't do that again.
But let's just say
can't do that
Let's
again.
just say for the sake of argument, okay? And I'm going to throw some names at you, and I know you don't like these names.
Go Bears.
But okay, Bears don't win anything,
Okay.
and you're going in and you know you got to pay Caleb Williams $60 million. But let's say in 2 years, now this next quarterback class coming out of college, okay, led by names, they haven't won anything yet. Because the first one on the list is Arch Manning, okay? But you got Arch Manning, and you got the kid from Oregon, the Moore kid, and then you got the kid from Ohio State.
And you also have Brandon Sorsby in that bunch.
Okay, you got Sorsby, and so now you might be sitting there going, wait a minute now. Are we going to pay $60 million for a guy that in 5-year period of time got us to one playoff game or playoff series, which was last year? But let's say the Bears don't make the playoffs this year or next year. Do you roll in and go, we're just going to open up the bank, or we can get another first-round pick and play that game again?
No, you can't. No. You can't do that.
But then what if you pay $60 million and then 2 years down the road, they don't win a Super Bowl?
Okay.
I know there's a lot of what ifs there.
There's a lot of what ifs, and I understand it. But yet, if the argument is that the quarterback is the most important position, which I tend to disagree on that. It's important because the quarterback is, and I said this today at dinner, you do two things. You communicate information, and you make a play. That's it.
The 5 fat guys up front are important. And the Bears don't have that again now. And we'll go a little bit. Because now they lost the center.
Yeah, Dahlman's gone. But as I was saying, Williams is a proven commodity. I think he should have been an all-star. He's on the cover of Madden. He's the first active Chicago Bear player to do that. I know you don't really care that much about it, but a lot of people do.
Okay, is he any more of a proven commodity than Mitch at the same time? And the answer is no.
They're the same guy.
They're the same guy.
And you know how I feel about Mitch. I never would have let him go.
You know. Now, if Williams takes the Bears to a playoff game this year and next year and the year after, then he surpasses Mitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
How he even surpasses Cutler.
Okay. You know, and yes, he had 3,900 yards, and Mitch in his best year had 36, I think. So he's got a little more yards. But the big picture with the W's, right now they're the same people. Did Mitch take second year to the playoffs?
First year as a starter, they went to the playoffs.
Okay. First year as a starter.
Won the division, went to the playoffs.
Okay. And Caleb Williams didn't do that the first year.
No.
And Caleb Williams was in a better situation.
Yes.
From personnel-wise, because everybody still says that Caleb Williams came to a Bears team that was 1-16. They were not. I believe the Bears were 7-10.
They were 8-9.
Or 8-9, and
they were 8-9 because Houston won that game. Lovie Smith had to win the game for the Bears to get it.
So the Bears, as an 8-9 team,
they were 8-9.
got the first round. They got the first overall pick.
They traded that to Carolina for DJ Moore, and then in return they got another number 1 draft pick.
Yeah,
which that became Caleb Williams.
It's not like, way back when, and I know Terry Bradshaw went to Pittsburgh Steelers that was like 0-14 at the time. Caleb Williams didn't fall into that position. Mitch Trubisky went to a bad Bears team.
They were 3-13.
3-13. Mitch came in. His first start, the year that he starts, took him to a playoff game. Okay?
First year that he's a full-time starter.
Full-time starter.
Which was his second year in the NFL.
So, and the Bears didn't expand him. Now, if Caleb Williams' career is on that same track after that 5th year, how are you going to scratch your head and give him $60 million? Now, this is all forecasting.
Yeah, it's all what if, and it's all down the road.
Okay.
But you can't do this again. You can't do it 3 times in a row because let's say it. Like you're tired of me saying it. You're tired of me saying it. My audience is tired of me saying it. But they wasted 3 years on Justin Fields. You never needed a quarterback. You caved into a media pressure that was never real, and you bought into it. Mitch Trubisky was better than Chase Daniel. He was better than Andy Dalton. He was better than Nick Foles. He was certainly better than Justin Fields. They gave Justin Fields, what was it, the game against the Minnesota Vikings? He got hurt. They gave him 14 designed running plays, 14 designed pass plays. He gets injured, and then Bagent goes in there, won 5 games in 23. The fact that so many people want to defend Justin Fields to me when he's been on 5 NFL football teams now, and he's played like complete garbage on all of them. And to go even further, when he was in college in Georgia, he couldn't beat out Stetson Bennett or Jake Fromm. And then when he's in Ohio State, after Ohio State, he got replaced by a freshman C.J. Stroud, who had better stats than him both in college and in the NFL. And people want to tell me how good Fields is. He had 68 turnovers in 40 games played. 68 turnovers in 40 games played.
Right, so we got to, okay.
Stop it.
We're going to keep reminding about the Justin Fields trades and everything, but, and we're kind of going to leave you with this a little bit here, is we mentioned early that the defensive backfield that the Chicago Bears have.
Which is in shambles.
Okay.
That's the best way to put it. Is it not?
We've mentioned before on this show that last year the Bears were 4 plays.
You keep saying this. This is your thing.
And I'm going to shut up on it. They were 4 plays from being the last place team in their division. Okay? Audience out there. Now, I'm sure you're going to look it up. But please don't. Name me the 3rd wide receiver option on the Chicago Bears right now.
I don't.
Not tight ends.
I don't know what it is.
Don't give me Colson, Loveland, and the Rouse guy or Cole Kmet. Wide receiver. Who's the 3rd wide receiver? Okay.
I know the first 2.
We all do. Okay. But give me the 3rd one. Okay.
Do they even draft one?
I don't know. So now, okay, going in with that, you lost a center.
Who retired out of complete blue.
Out of the blue.
Yeah, I quit.
Okay.
See you, bye, everybody.
Ozzie Trapillo.
Oh, I forgot about
your tackle is not there.
He also held out last season.
He held out.
Remember that?
Okay.
Oh, but it's okay because he's got a Boston accent.
Okay.
Talks about Dunkin' Donuts, so we can't talk about that.
And the Bears have a tougher schedule than last year, and they got to play in their non-scheduled conference games. They're playing teams that won divisions.
Well, you play 2 Super Bowl teams.
Yeah.
You play the Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl loser.
Philadelphia, who won a division.
You play Philadelphia.
Okay. And
you play Miami, who has pretty good, offensive.
But then everybody that I've been running into is saying the Bears are. I got a knucklehead friend who said the Bears. With all I said, they're going to win 13 games. That means they're only going to lose 4. This is what this knucklehead said. I'm giving you, name me the 3rd wide receiver.
I don't know.
Name me the starting defensive backfield that I gave you. They had to come back from 4 magical plays to not come out of last place.
Well, they should have run the football in that divisional game, in the playoff game.
And
I'm still pissed they didn't do that.
And everybody is saying, and the Bears made the playoffs, so God forbid, and Caleb Williams is out another year, he's going to develop even more, and the Bears are going to be, how in the hell are the Bears going to be, well, I should say, okay, how in the hell are the Bears going to win as many games? Because now people say they might be a better team, but not win as many games.
See, I don't believe in that.
Okay, How in the hell are the Bears going to win 11 games? Look at their schedule.
Okay, well, I said this today. All they have to do is win 10 or 11 games and beat some divisional opponents, and they're in the playoffs. That's all they have to do, really. I think they can beat Minnesota. I think they'll beat Detroit. They've proven that they can beat Green Bay.
But with that, they're going to have to beat them teams multiple times.
Fine. Okay. But you know what? Now, I will say this. Caleb Williams, he's in year 3. This now falls on him.
Okay.
Now it falls on him.
If the Bears only go 3-3 in their division, they're not going to the playoffs.
Probably not.
Because the remainder of their schedule, they got the Jets in Miami, okay?
Okay.
But they've got Buffalo, New England.
Well, I think they can beat the Patriots.
Who else is on their schedule? What's the other conference?
Oh, it's the NFC South.
NFC South.
So the Saints, Panthers, Buccaneers.
They play 49ers?
I don't think they do.
You know,
I don't know
like these tweener games. These tweener games, Jacksonville and Carolina. You know, on paper, the Bears should win. But what if they don't?
Well, if they don't, they don't. That's on them.
If they don't win some of these games and go 3-3, they're we'll have a show down the line, and because we're about done pretty much. Or
I mean, I'm fine to keep going if you want to keep going.
You know, because I think sometimes we but.
Well, because we just off topic.
And we bang stuff over and over and over.
Well,
I know.
Well, off topic because
I say the Bears are good. I say the tops right now. Go ahead.
Because you and I agree on a lot of things. We also disagree on a lot of things, and we had a off private conversation today, unrelated with this, but in the process of doing this video, and I'm sorry if we're loud. You know, we only have 35 subscribers, maybe. We have a Facebook page. If anyone wants to see it, I'll put a link in the description. I hope it can get there, but it's
and we'll mail this stuff out to the group.
We'll send this out, but yet, in the process of doing these videos, because we're Chicago fans, we're Chicago people through and through. I've seen a lot of North America to see the Cubs on the road, to see the White Sox on the road, you know, and see a lot of cool sporting events and what have you. But yet, in the process of doing this show, because you knew nothing about digital media, you didn't care about it.
I still don't even know how to operate this.
Okay, well, but in the process of doing this, it's putting, because we wanted to do this really when the Bears were losing all those games with Matt Eberflus and company. And I don't really have a real point of saying it, but basically, in the process of this particular endeavor, because we saw Hammond, Indiana, by the way, if anyone wants to see that.
Check
the last video we did was in Hammond, Indiana.
The Hammond, Indiana video.
Still, I have no idea where they would even build anything there. But where I'm trying to go with this is, you're 20 years removed from Super Bowl 41 team. You lost that. You're 40 years away from Super Bowl 20 team when they beat the Patriots. And it's just, they want to parade around all the great teams that they've had of years past. Yay. Caleb Williams was on the cover of Madden. First Bear to do that. Yay. Oh, Luther Burden went to Missouri. Yay. Oh, we have 3 tight ends. Yay. You know, Ben Johnson removed his shirt and sold hot dogs. Yay. None of this matters. None of this crap matters if you don't win. And that's what a lot of Bear fans don't want to admit. So when they had Mitch Trubisky, who averaged 8 yards a pass, there's 10 yards for first down, it was boring and you didn't like it and you didn't want him, so you threw him out for the new exciting Ohio State guy, Justin Fields. And as I said, 68 turnovers in 40 games played.
And Mitch played with Nagy.
Good job. Yeah. Yeah.
And Nagy is in New York with the Giants with Harbaugh's brother, and I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to have more wins than the Chicago Bears.
They might. They might.
And they wanted to run Nagy out of town.
Well, I mean, I certainly wanted to. But because I thought Nagy's a good football mind. It's just, can he put his ego aside? I don't know if he can do that.
Maybe he can now.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know him. I met him one time in Decatur, and, because we're at a point now where we're really, the Chicago Bears offense has always been known for the running back position, but yet DeAndre Swift has been on, 3 different teams?
Yeah, it was on Philadelphia,
Detroit,
and the Bears.
And the Bears, where Matt Forte was drafted. Cedric Benson was drafted.
Well,
Walter Payton was drafted. Neil Anderson was drafted.
we're going to break down their schedule down the road, but preliminary, I got them winning 6 at. There's only 4 games on the schedule that are true locks.
Okay. Because right now, what I'm concerned about, my primary concern is they being this current iteration of the Chicago Bears with Ben Johnson, because Declan Doyle is gone. We think
No, he's an offensive coordinator.
He's gone?
He's an offensive coordinator
he's gone.
for the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson.
Okay, have fun with that. But anyway, my concern is it's all going, because I'm 24. And I'm at the point where I see sports as entertainment now. I don't live vicariously through it as I once did. But I still want to see the Bears win and play good. But really, I'm at the point where don't lie to me. Don't lie to me with shit, because what happens if everything goes wrong? Can Caleb Williams handle that? Can Ben Johnson handle that? I don't know. Because we haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen that yet.
Right now, this is the equivalent of Nagy and Mitch. It isn't any better. People
blew up wrong.
And people are going to say, there they are, it's much greater.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. Luther Burden is Allen Robinson. Everyone else doesn't come close. No, not Luther Burden. Roma Odunze. Roma Odunze is the number 1 guy, in my opinion.
Go back, and go back to where, in the past, where Mitch and Nagy, what were their wide receivers? Everybody's go, well, you got these 4 guys that run. They can run. Didn't they draft the guy from Cincinnati?
Tyler Scott. They don't even play him. They don't even play him.
He can run a 4-1.
They don't even play him.
A 4.19. All we heard about was how good and how fast the son of a guy was.
Well, speaking of fast and quickness, you had someone once upon a time tell you that Velus Jones was going to be a great player because he ran a
4.24 or whatever, and Velus Jones sucked.
He was a kick returner.
Okay.
And he couldn't catch the football.
And and that's where I get, criticized. It's like, relax, the Bears are good.
Well,
I don't know.
See, because this is where we agree on something. Because you coached football, like organized high school football. I played high school football. I never played college, but yeah, almost an hour here.
Yeah.
But really, the thing that pisses me off, and I was never a star. I was never an All-American. I never played in college. I never did. But yet, the first practice I ever had was coaches got us all together and said, you're not football players, you're position players. You're here to play your position. You have to play your position. Football, American gridiron football, is the most team-oriented game. 3 teams on 1 team, and you all have to come together to win 1 game. I'm not talking about a state title. I'm not talking about the national championship. I'm talking about just to win 1 bleeping game. That sounds simple, but it's very tough to do. I'm aware of it. But the reality of it is, we have people now in the NFL who don't even want to play their positions at a competent scale, and where they make so much money, you can't even criticize them. They're in all the John Madden video games. You can't criticize them. But they score all these points in fantasy football.
Okay,
You can't even criticize them.
But see, that started when they were in Pop Warner football. They just didn't go to the pros. It's been pampered. They were pampered in 8th grade. They were pampered in high school varsity. They were pampered when they went to college. Now it's, if I don't like what the hell you're doing, I'm going to just leave and go to another place and another place until somebody pampers me, and then you get pampered in the NFL.
Because people want to hear about how great Justin Fields, because when Fields got here,
Okay.
it was, oh, look how fast his 40-yard dash time is. It's not about that. It's about, did you win the game or not?
Okay. So, that's right. And
And I bring Fields up a lot because people wanted to lie to me.
Okay. All right.
How good that he was.
But now people are saying he sucked.
Not many of them are saying that.
Okay. Now they're saying that.
Not many of them are saying that.
No one is saying that I have not heard very many people say that the Fields.
I looked up. You know what?
The Fields experiment was good.
We had a rule on this for you and I when we first created this show. We had a rule saying we're not going to reference people by name, but I'm going to break that rule. David Haw, I looked him up. He went to Ball State.
Okay.
He went to Ball State. He played football at Ball State, allegedly. I have never once heard him talk about actual running of the route. I haven't heard him talk about hand placement, footwork. I've never once heard him talk about...
He's a lineman.
I've never heard him say anything like that. For a guy who covers the game professionally.
But I think it's good because he doesn't sit there and go, well, I played and I'm going to toot my own horn. This is what should be done. When
I called in, I got called a retard. Okay. And you called in and you got discredited for
making. Okay, but going back to the Fields thing. Well, everybody's saying that the Bears now are better off with Caleb Williams than Justin Fields. Everybody's happier now with Caleb Williams.
Why is that? Why
because
is that?
Justin Fields sucked, and everybody knows it.
Well,
so for you to say...
Not many people are really saying that.
They are.
I don't feel that.
Okay.
Because really...
Okay. I disagree.
Well, Ben Johnson, I will say this. Ben Johnson, I think, is the 6th head coach removed from Lovie Smith.
I don't know how smart he is.
I'm afraid of what happens if this goes horribly wrong.
Well, I don't know what you mean by horribly wrong.
3 and
they're never going to go 3 and 14.
3 and 14.
They're never going to go 3 and 14.
5 and 12. 5 and 12.
I got him with 6 and 10.
That's horribly wrong. That's a last place team.
If it's 6 and 10 and everybody got hurt and Caleb got hurt and everybody got hurt, they'll say, well, everybody's going to come back. If they go 6 and 10 with Caleb and all the other people surrounding him,
better yet, what if they go 10 and 7 and they miss the playoffs by like 1 game? See, that's the most realistic of the situations.
I've asked you that all the time, and you go, well, as long as they've got more wins than losses.
Well, true. I mean, I want them to have more wins, but if they go 10 and 7 and they miss playoffs by like 1 game, that's the worst thing that could happen for them. Because that's when everything, oh my God, where did we go wrong here?
But then that's my argument, because last year they needed 11 to get in the playoffs.
No.
If they got 10 last year, they would not have gotten in.
No.
So they needed 11. So I ask you, with all the shit that I've said, are the Bears going to get 11 wins? Or more? Because everybody goes, they made the playoffs.
Okay, here we go.
It's not going to happen.
They'll beat Miami. I think they'll beat both Florida teams. They'll beat Tampa Bay. They'll beat Miami. They'll beat the Saints. They'll beat Carolina. That's 4 wins.
That's 4, and the Jets is 5.
Okay, Jets is 5. They'll crush the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
They'll crush the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay, then that's your 6.
No, I'm going 7.
Okay.
They'll take a win from Detroit. I think they'll take a 1 win at a minimum from Green Bay. So that's 9 wins right there.
That's not 11.
No. Well, I have them at a minimum of 9.
So you're saying
They got to win 2 more.
So
maybe.
you're saying there's 9 locks on the schedule.
The way I see it, yes.
Okay.
And if you make, crybaby Josh Allen play his position, you'll win the game. If you make crybaby Josh Allen, force him to turn over a football 4 times, you'll win the game.
Okay. In Buffalo.
Yes.
In November.
December 10th.
Yep. Yeah. Good luck with that.
I mean, we've seen that before with him.
Not against the Bears.
I don't know if the Bears have played Josh Allen yet.
Okay.
Maybe they did.
Okay. Josh Allen, if you look at Josh Allen's games that he's lost, the only people who only really beat him was Mahomes.
You mean Mahomes' defense?
It's Kansas City, New England. Marginal teams don't go to Buffalo and beat Josh Allen.
Really? I mean, the Denver Broncos did that. They had a broken foot quarterback.
Okay.
Really? The Denver Broncos did that 6 months ago.
Well, that was a playoff game.
Yeah.
Those were 2 even.
It's a game Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills should have won.
Okay. I hope the Bears win 13 games, but they're not.
Oh, I forgot. The Atlanta Falcons. You think they're losing to the Atlanta Falcons?
No, but I think, and I said this before, and I'm going to say it again and look you right in the eye. Bears are losing game 1 to Carolina.
I don't think that will happen.
Because the whiz kid coach is going to do crazy shit. And you know who's got a chip on her shoulder is Bryce Young, who everybody ruled off. And he went to a team that was 2-15.
Oh, yeah, that Carolina Panthers team was god-awful.
Okay. And people forget Carolina, I think, went to the playoffs last year.
Well, they did, but, I think they got eliminated.
And I'm not saying Bryce Young is any good, because he's not. But everybody was blowing smoke up Caleb Williams' ass and disregarding Bryce Young. And Bryce Young's going to sit back and go, all right, I'm just going to stay quiet. Okay. And if they lose that game, then they got to pick up another one of your locks. You got to add another lock.
Well,
then you're
okay. Then I'm up Schitt's Creek.
Then you are up Schitt's Creek. If that
were to happen.
If that's going to happen.
If that were to happen, then yeah, maybe I'm up Schitt's Creek.
And I think the line on that game was already Carolina getting 2, and I'm taking
by 2 points? That's only 2 points.
Carolina's getting 2. Basically saying it's a pick 'em. The Bears are a 2-point favorite.
Bears have to win that game. They have to win that game. Week 1 sets the tone.
Yeah. And do you want the Bears? Six come from behind victories. Do you want the Bears to come from behind 6 times again this year?
That's because your defense wasn't very good.
You're losing.
No, that's what it is.
You're losing the defensive backs again. The guys that.
But no, wait. But this is what pisses me off.
We're going too far over.
But this is what pisses me off as a Bear fan. Everyone wants to give the defense so much credit of every single year. But yet, if Caleb Williams had to come back 6 different times, then your defense is playing poorly.
It is.
And the defense has played like crap since 2012 anyway, so...
It is, or maybe...
Okay,
but maybe on some of those possessions that the Bears have had, why don't they just pound people offensively? And run up the score?
I would love for that to happen. But you need halfback, fullback offense.
And you want to know something? The Bears, with all of this whiz kid stuff and Caleb Williams, the Bears have not run up the score on anybody.
Dallas Cowboys?
What? 1 game?
Well, but that was a critical win.
Okay, but of the 34 games, the 17-17 that Caleb Williams has played in the 34, how many games have the Bears really...
Caleb Williams played I will say this. Williams struggled in the first half of all of those games mostly. He played great in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Overall, I'm more concerned about that than I am about the 6. See, that's another reason why they came back.
You rag on a couple guys. Well, they don't read the playbook. What? Then if Caleb Williams is sitting on his ass for the first half, how much preparation is he putting in to...
I have no idea. I'm not him. I'm not his agent. I don't know.
But other quarterbacks who are in the same boat, it's like they're in again, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and I've said it from the day one he was drafted. Caleb Williams is never going to be the problem with the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams is never going to be the negative of the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams is never going to be the reason why the Chicago Bears lose. Caleb Williams threw an interception in that playoff game, and DJ Moore is out of town.
Yeah, the number one receiver.
People are still pissing and moaning that DJ Moore ran the wrong route.
When in reality, Williams played like shit in that entire game.
And Caleb Williams got picked off, but they're blaming DJ Moore.
All you had to do was run a football. Run the football, dude.
He could have ran the ball. He could have checked down to, I think Cole Kmet was right in front. He picked the wrong guy and then threw it up for grabs and it got picked off. And everybody's ragging. And I think that's why DJ Moore finally said, maybe screw this. I want to get the hell out of town. Because they're ragging on me for running the wrong route.
How funny would it be if...
That pass wasn't even close.
No.
And look it up.
How funny would it be if Buffalo won a Super Bowl this season?
I don't think it would be funny because I think Buffalo could win.
No, I mean with DJ Moore. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Well, anyway, we've covered all the topics, really.
We're probably way too over, and to sit here and listen to us for 70 minutes, it might be difficult, but,
because you're screaming.
I don't know. Well, you went on your diatribe about Justin Fields.
Well, you know what?
We can't. You can't bring up Justin Fields anymore. He's done. He's gone.
You mentioned Bob Avellini.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You mention Bob Avellini every now and then.
Now and then, but I'm not sitting there going, Bob Avellini. Justin Fields is some backup somewhere. I don't even know where the hell he's at. He's so irrelevant, nobody knows where he is.
You wasted 3 years. You wasted 3 years of that.
Well, and you know what? We're currently wasting a third year now.
Well, you might be.
Because we're not any better.
No, we're really not.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to post this. We're going to post this to several people, and I know you got to go through that.
Yeah, I got to do that.
And I know you'll get aggravated with it.
Well, because
all right, but
there's just so many people I have to contact.
I think it's like 3 links. You know how to do it. But
I know. But it's
3 groupings of people. All right.
But they're big groupings of people. But anyway, I'll take care of it.
All right.
So
we're back on the air.
Hey, Chicago Sports. What do you want this titled?
Cubs and pregame Bears. Trade deadline and
fine by me.
And glorious Chicago Bears.
Okay. Hey, Chicago Sports signing off. Do you have anything else to say? No? Okay. Anyway, bye-bye.